6:35, we check back in now with Mike Eppel over at 680 News for the latest in business. And today, Prime Minister Trudeau set to meet with the CEO of Amazon.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting meeting. It is a closed-door session, according to the Prime Minister's office, Tammy. But at the same time, with Amazon looking at selection for the location of its second North American headquarters and the Greater Toronto area, the only Canadian city or metropolis, if you want to call us that, on the list still. Got to figure that the Prime Minister will be talking about our high-quality workforce, our standard of living, and pitching the GTA as the place to be for Amazon to set up its so-called HQ2. Now, this isn't the only tech titan that Justin Trudeau will be meeting with. He'll also be talking to the head of eBay. The new CEO there is Devin Wenig, and that's got a lot to do with NAFTA, because eBay specifically has been pushing for Canada to raise the limit on the threshold, so to speak, on where Canadians have to pay a tariff or duty to import something purchased from the U.S., which would affect Amazon as well. Right now it's $20. Anything above that you have to pay duty on. They want to raise that to $800. The Canadian delegation in NAFTA pushing back on that, saying that's really a non-starter. But nevertheless, trade talks will be front and center there. Stock markets, wild Wednesday, preceded by meltdown Monday and turnaround Tuesday. It has been a week of volatility for the North American equity markets. Yesterday, the Dow was up more than 300 points at the best level, only to close down 19 points, and the TSX was down for the 7th time in 8 days. This, as there was some good news that was sort of bad news for the equity markets. They have a tentative budget deal in place in Washington to avoid a government shutdown, which should help the U.S. economy grow, spending adding to the budget deficit, but bond yields moved higher on that, and that was a sell signal for stock markets. Canada's biggest energy company, Suncor, is raising its dividend the most in 3 years. It's going up by 13%. The payment to shareholders, also buying back $2 billion worth of stock, and Suncor announced that its profit in the latest quarter was $1.3 billion, which was pretty good. We'll track the stock today. And Tesla, in with earnings last night, largest ever quarterly loss for the electric car company, more than $600 million in red ink, but sales up by 44%. They are ramping up production of the Model 3, and Elon Musk getting a little bit of a pass because of the success with his other venture, SpaceX, launching that massive rocket earlier this week from Cape Canaveral. Send it back to the studio.
Yeah, I think police are on the case now because apparently some guy named Starman came in, took a Tesla Roadster out for a test drive, and they haven't seen him since. Yeah. So, thank you very much.